It's been several months now since I woke up in that hospital bed, and they told me my name was Jane Doe. I didn't know anything. I had so many memories, but none of them made sense. There were only two things I was sure about. My name is Reese, not Jane Doe. And I have to kill Durin. I don't know who he is or why I hate him. All I know is his name and that I want him to die, no matter what. I'm willing to do anything and everything in my power to make sure that happens. I pulled the hood from my head as I watched his men go about their business. They were moving boxes from a shipping crate to a parked van on the road nearby. I don't care what's in the boxes. I don't care why they're doing this. I just care about getting to Durin, and to do that, I need to make one of them talk. I've been working my way up the chain of power, and these guys aren't exactly important, but they're the closest I've gotten to him. According to the last guy I killed, these boxes get delivered directly to the big guy. One of these guys knows precisely where he is. Beating them and overpowering them would be easy. Even though I'm only 5'2" and have a slender build, I'm all muscle and power, no matter how small I look. Getting them to talk, that is going to be the hard part. Durin's guys are as loyal as an old dog is to a good owner. Everyone has their breaking point, though, and I'm going to find one of theirs. First things first, single one of them out and separate him from the group. They lose all of their confidence and will to fight when they're helpless and alone. I can't risk alerting all of them. One of them may run back to Durin and warn him. Then he'll move his operation, and I'll have to start from the beginning again. I've worked too hard and come too far to be set back like that. I have to be careful and work slowly. Luckily, I've learned how to use the shadows to my advantage. I pulled my hood back up and jumped down from my hiding spot on the roof. It's a 3-story building, but I land on the floor as silent as a leaf falling from a tree. My skinny jeans and cotton hoodie are tight against my skin and pitch black. They should help me blend in with the shadows and move quickly. The jeans, while tight and stuck to my skin, were stretchy too, which helped me move around freely. I need that extra freedom, especially when I get into a fight. A leather jacket looked cooler, but the cotton hoodie is quiet and comfortable. I made my way through the graveyard of shipping containers. The air was still and the sky clear. The cold light from the crescent moon threatened to expose me as I tried my best to avoid it. There wasn't a lot of darkness to work with, but there was enough for me to get close to Durin's men. I came up beside the shipping container and climbed up on top of it. I laid my body flat against the metal and hoped none of them were curious enough to look up. I pulled my body toward the open doors and peered over the edge. I looked down at them as they each grabbed a box and carried it off the truck. They weren't close to each other, but they were still in sight of one another. If I grabbed one here, the rest of them would surely see. I need to wait. One of them will break off from the others, and then I can seize my chance. I waited for a while. I wasn't keeping track of time, so I'm not sure how long. The container was half empty, and the van had driven off, only to be replaced by another. Then it finally happened. "Hey, where do you think you're going?" One of the men shouted at the other, who was creeping off toward the maze of shipping containers. "I'm going to take a leak. Do you mind? Or maybe you want to come and watch," the man replied to the one that seemed to be in charge. The one who is in charge hissed and waved for him to go. "Just make it quick." I tried to contain my excitement, but a grin pushed its way onto my face. This is it. This is my chance to get to Durin.